Mac Daddy with the juice, you know, while he's spin on his duck goose, you know. Now look into my eyes, tell me what do you see? Wrist bust down, I got 20 on each, and that's a big back, babe, can't fling it at me. Rosé by the case for you, bon appetit. Yeah, what's your girl? Can she dig in the drip? If she's with me, she ain't no regular chick. Yeah, rock my world, cause she's a freak little mix. Freezer in the range if you wanna take a sip. Got a Gucci in her hip with the Fashion Over fit. Can you do a trick? Can you drop it on her? Hey, strike me a pose. Hey girl, you're kinda cute, you know, and you're deep on the low, yeah. Hey girl, you gotta loosen up, cause your body wants to move, you know. Uptight, just loosen up. Mac Daddy with the juice, you know, while he spin on his duck goose, you know. And this H-fly boy, Mac Daddy with the juice. Strike a pose, baby girl, you're looking sassy for the shoot. Came from Nottingham to Manny with a body in the coop. I'm 19, she's 32, to her I'm actually a youth, yeah. So rap another, then I tell her, turn and show me what the back of it can do. And loosen up, shake it.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Zeze Millz Show. Oh my God, I haven't said that for I think it's been like 2 months. 2 months since I last seen you guys, or since you last seen my face. And today we have some very special guests in the building. Young T and Bugsey in the building. How are you doing, guys? Listen, I read it, guys. The sunglasses are killing me. Are we going to do? Because how am I supposed to see? How am I supposed to see the eyes? How am I supposed to see to your soul?
That's the whole point. That's the whole point, man.
You don't want me to see your soul?
I don't want you to do that. Just
no.
The truth be told, the truth be told.
Okay, but what if I sat like this for the whole thing? Should we do this for the whole interview?
Can all do that. I think you look nice like that.
Hi guys, welcome to the. I might.
You look nice like that.
Can you not see the block though?
No, I can still see your eyes though. I can still see your eyes.
Yeah, but that's because mine are like graded like that, and yours are like proper blacked out.
I still feel a connect. Like I can have a conversation.
Should we just do the whole interview like this?
Yeah, why not?
That is wild. I will probably take off my glasses. I always, when I go out, yeah, I wanted to, you know, like her, she always, look, I've taken them off already. You know, like her, she always wears sunglasses all the time. Yeah. And for a moment, I thought that was going to be my thing. I was going to try and be like known for wearing sunglasses. But whenever I go out, I get into a dark club, I have to take them off. Yeah, how do you guys do this?
Obviously, it's a bit dark in the club and that, but obviously, you can see, I feel like there's lights, isn't it? There's lights, you can still see. Obviously, when you're, you just like see somebody from afar, you gotta like back it up quickly, like a quick look.
Like now I can see her beautiful eyes. Do you want to keep them off?
No, I'm good. Well, then you slap it back on, do you know what I mean? And then you just do your thing, you get, man.
Have you got your girls in today?
Yeah, I have.
You've got your girls in today?
Yes, sir.
Every time I see them, what do I always say to you guys?
You love the girls.
I love the girls, and I still haven't done my fantasy yet. 2022. I'm gonna lick a grill.
That's what you said, didn't it, last time? You wanna lick a grill.
I still haven't done it. Can you believe that?
I'm sure you said you wanted to lick T's or something. I'm sure you said you wanted to just...
No, I want to lick yours.
Mine?
Yeah. See, what you tried to do there, you tried to pass it on to him, and I threw it back to you. And look, now you're blushing and you don't know what to do with it. See, you don't want to do this with me, you know, because
she's fast.
I'm fast, and then also.
I wasn't ready for that. So.
How you guys doing?
All right, man. We're here.
You're here.
Coolin', ballin'.
Cool here, and you're here to. Well, you've released. Okay, this is the thing. It's a project. It's not classed. Is this an album or project?
No, it's not album.
Mixtape. Okay.
Project mixtape.
It could be an album though, guys. No, I listened to it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I liked it.
You. For real?
No, I did. I mean, I'm more of the. I liked Selly. I liked that.
Oh, you like that song, yeah?
Yeah, that's type. I like that. Was a nice little vibe. I liked Tense. That was a nice little vibe as well.
Okay.
I did like.
To it still?
Yeah, I did. I did
listen. I thought you were just saying.
No. I did. It's I like it. The other, like, you know, the more like heavy trappy songs, not so much me, but everyone knows that I'm gonna go to like the nice rhythms and stuff.
I get you.
So it's Truth Be Told.
Yeah.
In the opening song, you guys said that you're top 3.
Yeah.
Right? And this is what you believe?
Yeah.
So are you top 3, not 3, not 2, 1, or are you 1? Are you what?
Come as one, innit? Young T and Bugsey, like we're here.
No,
as one
what
together.
I'm saying is, are you 1 or 2 or 3? Because you know people say top 2, but I'm not 2.
Yeah.
So are you? What are you saying?
We're just at the top, innit? We're just at the top, innit? It's not
So,
like...
so your top three. So who's the others? Who's the other two?
I don't know.
Yeah, but you must know because you're saying your top three.
For who...
So if I
For
was,
whoever wants to take this, for whoever wants to claim them spots as well, that they can claim it, innit? But we just know that lyrically, musically, we're at the top, innit?
do you guys feel appreciated within? I wouldn't even say just in general. Do you feel like people would actually consider you guys top three?
I think people who are taking in the music on a taking the music like type of standpoint. Like I feel like if you want to look at it from a who's got the biggest profiles or who's lit on social media or who's constantly being posted by blogs, you might not that might judge your. Do you know what I mean? Like judge your
judgment of what? Yeah.
Of what you think of like who's top three or not top three. But if you're just taking in the music and you're actually comparing track by track, song for song, the production, the artistry, I feel like you definitely put man in that equation. That's what we strongly believe. Like, we're not just saying that just to say it. Like,
Right.
The music we're making it.
You produced the first track, right?
Track. Yeah,
okay, and is that something that you guys are going to do more of, or are you going to start producing for other artists as well, or do you do that already?
Man's been doing that.
Okay.
It's something that we've been doing, innit? Like a lot of our early stuff. For our fans that know our early stuff, like our Glistening and I Know Mickey Mouse, I produced that. Strike a Pose, Ika Rumba, Throw Me a Text. I produced those as well, innit? But obviously, not a lot of people know.
Right.
But yeah.
Ika Rumba was good. I liked Ika Rumba.
Yeah, thank you.
That was actually a good rhythm.
You like that, yeah?
Yeah, I used to really like that song. It was a nice little.
A lot of people did still.
You guys have actually been around for
A minute.
and I don't think that a lot of people kind of remember that, and I think you touched on that because you don't really circulate on the blogs. You're very quiet. No one really knows. You're not really in any passa. I don't know who you guys are boning. Like what girls are chasing you down the roads. What girls you're not picking up the phone to. Like, do you know? I don't know.
I think that's good though because I feel like for us, you like the music talks and like we came into this thing wanting to be rappers, innit? Like before, like it wasn't about trying to be the most popular person or trying to. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously I understand the whole rap game, there is the social media aspect of things and there is the blogs and things like that. Like it is good to be circulating, but it's like at the core of it is you make good music, innit? And I feel like with us, that core is very much there and I feel like from where that core is so strong, man can build on that. Do you get what I mean? Because I feel like there's a lot of artists, even in America, for example, I'm not comparing us to Kendrick Lamar, but Kendrick Lamar is not on social media 24/7. He's not posting pictures 24/7, but he's Kendrick Lamar, innit? He built off the fact that he makes good music. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what we're trying to do, just build off the fact that, yo, you make good music, so that's your entry point into us. Do you get what I mean?
Do you guys ever feel that because you choose to kind of just concentrate on the music and you're not necessarily in the blogs, dating, do you ever feel that has an effect on how people receive you or how much attention people pay to you? Because I do feel like nowadays, people understand the power of socials, you know, like they understand if I date this influencer, then, you know, her followers are now gonna like us and et cetera. Do you ever feel like it affects the overall thing of how much you're out there?
Yeah, I would say it would have an impact in it, especially with the day and age that we're in. But I don't think with that fuss like that, we don't feel like if we do something or think something, we have to run to social media, innit? You know what I mean? Like we're not naturally like that, and we don't feel like we have to pressure ourselves to do that, innit? So it's you know what I mean? Like we're still eating. You know what I mean? We're still.
I can
you know,
see
you know
the
what I mean?
grills, everything's nice.
We're still eating, and again, it's just you don't have to do that to be successful, innit? You don't have to do that to get more followers or get thingy, innit? I can still be a big artist, innit? I can still, as it's shown and proven, innit? And it's just.
I was reading something earlier in The Guardian, and they referred to your music as seductive shag rap.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen that.
They referred to the music as seductive shag rap, and I was like, I get it.
I thought that was a joke.
No, because
I didn't see that.
It is. That's.
But I'm not gonna say I get it because I still feel like that terminology is off. Like, it's
Would
still
why?
off. Because it's like you've used them words for that reaction, innit? Like
No, because-
you could have described it in a different way that means the same thing. You've used the words, not you, I mean them.
Yeah.
You've used the words shag rap to spice it up, innit? Yeah, to make it seem like a thing was called, innit?
What do you think it's shag rap?
It's sexy music. Like I could have sex to that
called
music.
it, but you called it sexy music. You didn't call it shag rap.
Yeah, but back in the day, people used to use the word shag. Do you know what I mean? I get what you're
Back
saying.
in the day, was Tony. When did it come out?
Well, what the article?
The article.
I
This
think
week.
it was this week.
You said back in the day when no one's using shag back in the day.
True,
How many words
true,
back in the day
true.
people don't use?
So
Like,
are you offended by that?
oh no, I wasn't offended. When I
Right.
seen it, I laughed. Like
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh shag, it's funny, innit? But obviously, like I get it. Like I get why they might have called it that if they use that kind of language in it. But you know, because man don't use that kind of language.
It is very seductive. I feel like you probably could have a couple shagging sessions to the project. I feel like I would say
shagging.
more so have this like lazy kind of like laid back tone, which is quite like come to my room, come let's have a good time, and it kind of I want you to know like what was is there an influence behind it? Because you kind of remind me of like early, like, you know, like Mace, Loons, those type of guys where they were so swaggy with it. It just came out. It was just both of you, but I feel more like it's just like that type of. So is that were they influenced or no?
Yeah, we do get those comparisons a lot. I can't lie, innit? Like the Mace, the Diddy, and all of that. Like we get that a lot, but. Yeah, I would say sometimes, yeah. I would say sometimes we do try and take things from that era in it and see how we can make it our own and things like that. So I wouldn't say no in it.
So how many times have you guys shagged to your songs?
Never.
Never. What is going on?
Why would I do that?
What do you mean?
Why would I put that? So what's the word for that? Is it egotistical?
No, come on,
what?
like
That's so
just
weird.
accidentally in the. Anyway, first of all, do you even have sex? Do you have sex to music?
I don't
If
really
like,
think like that.
yeah, I don't know. Cause obviously, man's not like.
I love it. I listen, guys. Anytime I start talking about sex, right, with any of rappers or anyone, they start reaching for the water. They start singing. Like I don't.
No, do you know what it is? No, obviously, like everyone has sex in it, but obviously, I don't like pick out a song and say, alright, cool, I'm gonna pick this song. We're gonna have sex with this song. Like it's just if whatever music's playing, it could be whatever's playing in the background, whatever's playing and whatever. But we're not like. I'm not like picking a song and saying, alright, cool, I wanna have sex with this song. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, some people do that, but I'm not.
I don't like having sex to music. I think it's a little bit concentrate. It's a bit like contrived. Do you get what I mean? You're a bit quiet, so I'm guessing you're the guy that you.
No, I'm listening.
You fling on some songs, innit?
I don't like. Right now, it sounds like you're asking us, do we like set a mood like for that type of stuff, and it's not.
Well,
it's not that.
The last time I spoke to you guys, you said you don't even take girls out on dates, and like, what's that about? You taking girls out on dates now? You said you don't have the time. Remember when we spoke on the pod? You said you don't.
I'm not saying I don't have the time, but like, remember that with males as well, innit? Like setting up to have sex and mood lighting and all that type of stuff. That's more of a woman's thing, innit? Not
This
to.
is why. No, it's not. It's you guys.
For me, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. So maybe my other partner or whoever I'm doing it with, they might do that, innit? Because obviously that's not my focus, innit? I mean, I'm not bothered about what
You're not
music's
bothered
playing.
about if there's rose petals or not. No.
Majority of the time, no.
How many songs didn't make it on there? Like, were there any collaborations or tracks that you listening to it back now, you think, oh, we should have put that on?
Yeah, a couple. Not even that we should. A couple, yeah. There's loads of songs, but
I wouldn't say. I would say probably not put it on. Probably like, oh, I wish this one could still come out as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
like,
right.
That kind of thing. Car. A lot of the project we recorded it kind of a while back, so it's like there was a lot of songs from that period that obviously we're probably not gonna release them no more in it because that period's kind of closed now, innit? Yeah.
Do you ever get bored of people talking about Don't Rush? Because when I look at articles, it's like the first thing that they always refer to, Don't Rush, TikTok thing, as if that's the only thing you guys have ever accomplished or ever done, or that's ever done well? Do you ever read things and think, for fuck's sakes, like we've done other things, when are you guys going to get over this?
I don't really read them
too much.
I don't think it's, cause at the end of the day, it's an entry point, innit? If that's the biggest biggest highlight that you can think to, alright, cool, to make you maybe jog your memory, or alright, cool, I know I might be familiar with these guys, or make you like be interested, it might pique your interest. It's cool, innit? At the end of the day, if it reverts back to my other music, like I win, innit? Do you know what I mean? So that's the main thing, innit?
So you guys actually grew up together, didn't you?
Yeah, from like 15.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
And you're actually friends, like
Yeah,
you're solid,
yeah.
like a solid.
Yeah.
How would you say you guys balance each other out? Like, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And then you kind of be like, okay, I know I'm good at this. Where I'm not so good at this, but you're better at this. How do you balance each other out?
I actually do think that we balance pretty well, I can't even lie. I feel like, I don't know if you can tell, but obviously like, I'm probably more chattier, like probably in a social setting.
No way, you're lying.
Yeah, I'm probably more chattier, yeah. She's more laid back, but it's not a reserved laid back, he's just more laid back with things just like that, but it doesn't mean like he's thingy. And I feel like even in our music, it's like more, I'll say, I've got more of an Afro influence to my music or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And like you said, T is more on like the mace rap, he can do that kind of, he can box that off, do you know what I mean? Like that's his bag, innit? Do you know what I mean? So I feel like even in our music, the different elements that we bring just works together, if you get what I mean. I feel like, but not even just music, just as people, like how we are, it really works together, innit? Like it just works together.
What about culturally? Because you're Jamaican heritage, Nigerian heritage, and obviously there's, now not so much anymore, everyone kind of gets along or whatever.
Yeah. Friction, innit?
Yeah, but back in the day there was always that friction and we're better and this, but I actually think Nigerians and Jamaicans are quite similar.
Very
and that's
similar.
probably why back in the day it was,
very similar.
I think we're extremely similar, but culturally, how does that work as well with influence within the music?
I just think it works, because I feel like as people, we both appreciate different cultures anyways, and like, I feel like we're very, like, we're not people that like find things weird or find things like off or things like that, even like, especially when it comes into music, because like we can listen to, what's that song that man like all the time, that J. Cole sampled. I forgot the name. Polenta thing.
Yeah, it's like a Cuban thing. It's like a Cuban
I can
highlight.
listen to Cuban, I can listen to different kind of music, and just vibe to it just through just like appreciating the artistry in it. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes to him being Jamaican and me being Nigerian, it doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't clash. Cause there's so much similarities that you wouldn't even think of. Do you know what I mean? So like when he's doing a flow, he might be doing a flow that's like a Jamaican like influence thing, but I'm hearing, I'm thinking, yo, that sounds like an old school thing I used to hear in my crib. Do you know what I mean? But it's like there's influences is all kind of linked in it, if you get me. So
is there like a friendly competitiveness between you guys? Like, I'm not gonna lie, if I was in a rap duo, and I laid some bars down, and then my other half now gets in the booth, and then I hear it and I'm like, yo, like that was hard. Do you ever go and be like, right, I just need to change something, can you rewrite something? Or is it, that's what it is? Whatever I've done, you go, you do that, you go, that's it, we can't change it. We can't now.
It's never we can't change it thing. I think like when we, how we make music anyways, or how we trying to do the best for the song, innit? If you get what I mean, we're trying to do the best for the song. So like if he's going verse, he's gonna try and make the best first verse for that song. If I'm going second, I'm gonna, like vice versa, innit? We're trying to make the best, so the song as a whole flows, innit? It's not about trying to out-rap each other.
It's about what's best for the song, innit?
Do you get what I mean? Like me writing my best verse for the song and him writing his best verse for the song, that's gonna make it, do you know what I mean?
And what's the process when you do it? Like who, do you just hear the beat, then how do you decide who goes first and who doesn't? Like how does that work?
Basically, probably like 95% of our sessions we go in with a producer, innit? So we'll go in there, we'll chill, we'll make the beat from scratch, innit? And then we just come up with ideas, and whoever comes up with the idea first, we just show it to each other, and then just work from there, innit? And then we'll go in the booth, lay it, and then just build the song bit by bit. Sometimes we might have the majority of the time, we'll get the hook, and then we do the verses, or sometimes it might be different, innit? So we kind of just work off that, innit? Everything's just a vibe, and we just share the ideas and take it from there.
So how did all the collaborations come around, like with Chronics, with Blast. That's how you say his name.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That X thing just throws everyone off. I was like thinking Blackson. I know what he's saying, but I always what he probably is quite. But how did all of those come about? Who reaches out to who?
With Chronix, like one of management kind of already knew Chronix's manager, innit?
Yeah.
So that was through one of our managers, and then through the Blast one, that was sort of like kind of off the back of this whole Don't Rush stuff. A lot of Americans was like just wanting to work with man, but with him it was a bit later on, if that makes sense. So the Don't Rush thing happened. A couple of Americans wanted to work with man, but with him it was a bit later on, and it was like he picked the song. Like this was a song he wanted to jump on, and with him, it was at a point when he jumped on the song. It was at a point where he was just about to thingy, but like so it feels like he done the song like because he wanted to do the song. Does that make sense? Like it wasn't like a thing where like, oh, I'm doing the song because these guys are they got a hit in the UK or they do good streaming numbers. It was like, oh, I really like the song and I mess with their artistry in it. Cause it's weird. I feel like when we met him, I could tell that like it was this thing where it's like we could relate. It was kind of weird. I feel like in America, Blast has been going for quite a long time. You know, like he's been doing songwriting and things. But in the game for time, innit? And he's quite underrated. So it was like, when we met and we were talking and we were both like kind of sharing our stories and journeys, like, oh, it's kind of like similar. Do you know what I mean? It was like, oh, like, yo, you've done all of this, blah, 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 but you're still kind of underrated. When you've done blah, 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 you're still kind of underrated.
Do you feel underrated?
I don't really like the term underrated, because I feel like, I don't think we're underrated because I feel like people do rate us. I feel like a lot of people rate us in it and a lot of people know us in it. I don't think we're underrated. I think underrated is when like, you actually bear, like, I think it's, I don't like the term, innit? I feel like we're probably, I'd probably say underappreciated.
Right, okay.
Not underrated.
I think that's why I asked at the beginning, because I wouldn't say you guys are underrated, but I would say there's probably a level of not being appreciated enough. You get what I mean? Because when you actually go and look, like you said, at your streaming, at what you've accomplished, you have accomplished a lot. But I think that people, which is quite, I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is. I was going to say it's a UK thing, but I feel like people just get stuck on one thing. And it's like, they get stuck on that one thing, and then it's like, they don't let you ever forget that. Or it's always compared to that. And it's like, it's almost, okay, just let that live. That was it. Yeah, that was really great. But now we're going to do other great stuff. And that's why I said, do you feel like you're appreciated? Sorry, going back, we were saying about Blast, about how it came about.
So so that's how it kind of came about. It was kind of through our A&R, innit? I think our A&R, Patrick sent over the...
Patrick Yabish.
Yeah, Patrick Yabish sent over like a folder of tracks to Blast's people, and that's the song he picked, and then But we've had a song for a while, to be honest. We had a song it was just me and T for a while, innit? Like, for a while.
The song was already done, innit? And then Blast just added this bit on it, and then, and
we shot the video. I was meant to do a video in Jamaica as well, but man got COVID.
Who you got COVID?
Me.
Oh no, sad
Joke
times.
thing,
That is, how have you had COVID?
Yeah, I had COVID at the start of, when did I have it? Start of last year.
Joke thing, man.
No. You know that shit makes you feel so anxious, you
know?
Yo. Like when you got something big coming up,
thing.
and then you're just, you know.
And man was trying as well. Man was trying to do the isolation thing, but like, I still grabbed it.
Literally, when I do all my filming that I did when I did my Channel 4, I was getting tested every single week. Come to your house every Sunday, sticking that shit up my nose, and you're just sitting there waiting for the text to come through. It's like a pregnancy test. Or like a STD test, STI test. You know, when you're just waiting, like, shit, bus case. You know what I mean?
I'm good.
You're just like, that's the feeling that it gives you. What I do really like about you guys is that you're really honest about your past. Like, you're very honest about talking about when you worked in KFC and all those type of things. Do you think it's important to be honest about it and not have this narrative of like, everything was easy, and you get what I'm saying? Or I don't really hear a lot of people talking, because I used to work in retail, but I think it's different for women. We can say that and be like, we worked here, and no one kind of looks at you and just be like, oh, is that what you used to do? But as a man, I feel like there's extra pressure when you work in certain environments. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you, at that time when you was working like in KFC, how did that feel? Did you ever feel like, fuck, when is this gonna happen? Because when I was working in Marks and Spencer, I was just like, yo, what is going on? And I was there through like all of college, all of uni. So I was there for a long time before I actually was able to leave.
Yeah.
But bare times I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
What, like, when is this gonna happen? Did you ever guys feel like that?
No, I think we just read it out, innit? I think we didn't see that. We didn't see like the jobs that we had. We just seen it as we're literally just doing this job to get some money to fund our music. You know what I mean? That's what it was, innit? Like even when we was working at KFC, Mum was working at pork farms as well, innit? Like which is like a factory job. Like, Mum was doing 2 jobs. You know what I mean? Like a factory job doing 12-hour shifts.
Together?
Yeah. One time, man was
man.
going to Port Farm. Like, what time do you have to start? 6 or 7 a.m.
Yeah, no, 6 till 6. Yeah, we do 6 till 6.
One time, man was going there. This is when T had the
Had a little
Astra, the Vauxhall Astra, silver thing, beat down thing.
My first car.
His first car, yeah.
Did it have a name?
No. Man's going to work now, and then the car's broke down on the roundabout.
Oh no.
Oh,
Not even on
early
the
in the morning,
yeah,
man,
probably like just before
before the
work,
roundabout.
like 5 minutes, like literally like just before the
Man, I had to
workplace.
jump out and push it out.
The main road, like a 40 road, like it was like 40. Like just me and them had to push it. We're pushing it. Then we had to bring it around to like a restaurant or something. This is early. This is like 5:30 in the morning.
Oh no, God,
5:30 in the morning. The man are just in the middle of the road, just pushing it. Man are doing loads of even like from KFC, we just have to walk. Say like we would finish, like this was before man had a car in it. Like if I finish KFC at like 11:30 or something on a Sunday, there's no more buses running, so I have to walk from KFC all the way to my crib, which is like an hour and a half. I just walk that. Yeah, I have to walk that for bare times. I have to walk that.
In the cold and in every weather.
Yeah, man's done that.
Any weather that's there, I have to walk that, do that hour and a half to speed that rapid.
I want to know what you was listening to. What was in your headphones when you was, or was you walking in silence? Please don't tell me you was walking in silence.
Depends.
I said, what was motivating you? What was
getting you through that?
What was getting you going?
Depends what songs were around that time. Probably some Jizzy Drake or something. When was that? What, like 015, 014? So
Probably some Drake and
probably some Drake and some Cole and something like that. But man, have to walk that man. That's the man didn't walk bare times.
So now it must be extra special for you guys.
Yeah,
especially because you guys come up together.
Yeah.
Are you always gonna be together?
Yeah.
That was a hard firm yeah. Because you know, like Migos, they're together, but they might go off and do separate things here and there.
Probably like T might produce for something, T might want to do what's it called, I might want to do something what's it called. Like, I don't think that kind of stuff is that bad. Depends on how you do it, but I don't think that stuff is bad because it brings it back to the brand.
Right. Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, and obviously, like you said, Migos, Quavo might do a feature on a Justin Bieber song, but it brings it all that attention back to Migos, innit? Do you know what I mean? So when they drop their stuff, it's lit. Do you know what I mean?
So what's your favourite song off the album? Like, what song do you feel that with your heart? Like, when it comes on, you're like, we are the fucking shit. How did we manage to pull this off? Like, which?
Probably the Chronics one.
Yeah, I like
that's one that I feel that. How do you get to do that? Because that one's sick.
Do you still get like, or if you are these type of people, do you ever get overwhelmed? Like working with someone like Chronix, he's like, he's been doing this for ages. He's like a legend. You know what I mean? So when you're doing songs with these type of people, do you ever think, we were pushing cars. We were like pushing cars. How many years ago? And now we're here with Chronix. Do you ever get overwhelmed or just think, wow? Because I mean, you are very chilled.
Yeah.
You would be the worst person to have an argument with. And you said you don't drink.
No, I don't drink. I stopped drinking over a year ago, so I've been drinking for over a year now, since obviously this year started.
And then you said you don't smoke hard, like you're not like a hard smoker.
Not hardly smoking. Like even sometimes I'll go like 6 months no smoking, and then I'll start smoking for a bit, and then like I would smoke for a couple of days, and then not smoke for a couple of days. It's not.
So you're just chilled like this all the time?
Sometimes I'm chilled and sometimes I'm vibrant, innit? Like it's, you know what I mean? It just.
You're laughing because I feel like his vibing is like, nice, and then you just sit back and then it's not like, you know, Energizer Bunny.
But I am naturally just a chilled person, innit? Naturally just chilled and relaxed.
So it makes sense why you rap like that.
Yeah, no, I think I do sit back and think about certain things still, but I think no, I do.
Why are you laughing?
But I think
I sit back and think about
certain things. No, I do. But I think
relaxed thing.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you're in the work of it, when you're in the motion of it,
you can't take it in fully.
You can't take it in.
You can't take it in fully because you're just moving in it. You're just doing stuff. Like obviously, like man, we just dropped that Chronic song. Obviously, we've had it for time, but obviously the big moment and everyone's like, oh wow, you got a song with Chronic. But like a couple of days after, we're dropping our song with Blast, and it's like, oh wow, blah blah blah, you got a song with Blast. Oh, then I'm dropping our tape. Oh wow, your tape's great. You know what I mean? Like things are always happening in it. Things are always happening.
So what do you do then to kind of sit in it and live in it? Like, do you ever take a break? I get what you mean though, because even with me in the like last couple of years,
exactly.
Like,
how many achievements have you done? There's
loads
like,
of things have happened, and it's not to even just before we started filming. I was reading something. I was checking over something, and it was saying, "Oh, I've done this, and I was like, "Wow, like that's a lot of things that I've done in that year." But I don't know what it is. I think the world is moving so fast. It's almost. I was speaking to someone today, and I was like, I feel like we don't ever get to. Like, because things move so quickly, I feel as creatives, we don't ever get to like live in it and sit in it, because you're almost thinking about the next thing.
The next thing.
Oh my God, you have to be so quick nowadays, and you gotta, oh shit, this is a new thing now, you gotta jump on that. And it can be so like overwhelming for me personally, and I don't get to sit in it. Like, but what do you do to kind of just think, wow, like we've done well, we've accomplished a lot?
I think the people around, man, sometimes remind us a bit more. Like again, like obviously we think it's a bit normal, but sometimes when I go back to Nottingham and I'm with like my old friends or like my cousins and my family and that, like they will say certain things. I think sometimes they're more like shit, you know what I mean? A bit more than we are, you know what I mean, at times, because obviously it's just, this is our everyday, innit? But for them, they're like, shit, like you've just made it to this and made it to that, innit?
What's the lady saying?
Oh,
here we go. No ladies?
Obviously there's ladies out there, there's ladies everywhere, innit? What? Ladies out there, ladies here, ladies there, innit? What?
You guys taken? How's the dating, love life? In the song with Blast, nice, she's talking about you, a bit of foreplay and all those type of things, and look, your eyebrows. What's your favourite type of foreplay? I mean, you guys are talking about it in your songs anyway, so you might as well just, what do you do? What's your thing?
I never said that, innit, so.
Oh, he's passing the buck to you. He's like, not me, that's you. I wish it was you, because he's never going to tell me, because he's so laid. He's like, just foreplay, innit? That's what I do. Just voice what I do, innit? It's just like, it's how it goes, isn't it? That's what you're going to say.
Yeah, I was more than likely going to say that still.
I'm going to say this to you guys.
Yeah.
When I watch all the like interviews with like the American, like that thing with Meek Mill that went viral about him eating the ass, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, why don't our like English guys, UK guys, why don't they talk freely about sex? Because you talk about it in your songs, yeah. You'll say, I want to do this, and yeah, you're looking that, and I like the breasts, and I like the batty, and all this stuff, and yeah, and obviously you're good-looking guys, you're definitely getting it in. But when I sit down with you lot, it's like you clam up.
When it comes to Americans, I just think their things are wild and open from the jump, innit? I think a lot of UK people, I don't know, certain things are just becoming a bit more normal to talk about, innit? Remember, like a lot of man didn't want to be open about eating the vagina and things like that, you know what I mean? Going down in the box and things like that. You know what I mean?
You guys participate in that, definitely, I can tell. You look like pleasers, and that's a very good thing to be.
Say that again, you look like pleasers.
Yeah, you look like pleasers. You look like you take care of your ladies, and you make them feel nice. Am I right?
Yeah.
See? I know.
I'm a pleaser.
See, it doesn't matter that you guys haven't got your sunglasses. I can just tell by the body language.
Yeah.
So you're leaning forward. You're leaning like, I'm a pleaser. You've sat back. You're like, no, I'm still not disclosing that. Like, I can tell. I can see what's happening. Listen, that is going to be like my goal when people come on. I want people to, I feel like...
Be open with it.
Yeah.
No, I feel like man are open with it. I just feel like the UK is just not at that place where maybe people would just want to go on an interview and just say that, or that's going to be the focal point of the interview. Whereas in America, There's how many interview stations, how many things has been running for how long. Like if you want to go there, you have to go. They're telling you should go there with a wild statement.
With a wild story.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's not really like that here yet. Do you know what I mean? Here still.
But do you think we should be like that, or do you like how we are? Because when I speak to a lot of people, they say they like that we're reserved. They like that we're
like
different.
That,
we don't
UK,
need to be.
Like we don't need to be America. Like the UK. Do you know what I mean? There's a concert, like, we don't need to be America, innit? Like, we don't need to be, like, a certain country, like, we don't have to be like them, man, innit? Obviously, we can still rate their thing or whatever, be like, whatever influences gets drawn by America, cool, innit? But it's like, the UK has got its own thing, innit?
What do you think about the other day, I don't know if you saw it, but just because you talk about the American influence, Gecko said something like, we keep copying America too much, like with the what's that?
With the pushing P thing.
Yeah, and all this stuff and etc. etc. What do you got when all that new lingo comes out?
The pushing P thing's calm.
I think it's calm.
I do think sometimes man just jump on it rapid. Like at first, every man was just running with it. I was like, guys, like, come on, like let's just thingy a bit in it, but
I don't think it's
all
that
right.
deep.
No. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, but like some people didn't even know what it meant or anything.
Yeah, of course, but like every word is like that though. Every word that's a cool word. Obviously, I know we're talking about in this concept of it being influenced by America, but every new cool word, some people don't know what it actually means, and man just rocking with it. I mean, I don't think it's that deep. It's just another lingo. People are gonna use it, like whether a man rocks with it or not, or like it or not. Do you know what I mean? It was whatever, innit?
No, it's not that serious. It's not that serious.
Yeah, I don't think it's that serious to make a thing out of it. Personally, I don't think that's.
But people was pushing it a bit too hard.
Pushing it, innit?
Like when they didn't really know, you know what I mean? Like
They were pushing the P a bit hard.
Like it was just jumping on the bandwagon.
I've literally
rapping,
seen
innit?
P's
You know what I mean?
everywhere. So your EP or your mixtape before this, Plead the Fifth, you released that during lockdown, right?
Yeah.
Literally like a day or two before lockdown, we dropped it. Yeah, literally, yeah.
But don't rush though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See how that is mad, because when you went into lockdown, you must have been like fuck. But then Don't Rush basically took off, and it went viral during lockdown.
Yeah, no, it's a blessing, cause it would have never happened if there was no lockdown. Like the probably that whole challenge when that blew it up to how big it went to would have probably never happened if everyone was on lockdown at their cribs and having to.
Like the girls might have not created that challenge, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Out of just being bored at home, innit? Right. So it might have been somewhere else, innit?
How long, I was saying before we was on camera, the promo, how long it normally does? Because I remember when Gets brought out he was doing promo for a long time, and I remember when I sat down with him, he was saying it's not just like the first week. You have to keep going, like, because you don't know, like you want to keep pushing it because different people receive it at different times, and is that kind of how you guys work as well?
Yeah.
So you don't, what kind of, you doing loads of promo, loads of?
No, we got to do loads of promo for the next few weeks. Obviously with labels and that, there is a time span that they kind of work on, but it's like if stuff's booming, the time span extends, innit? Do you know what I mean? So obviously I feel like we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff because there's a lot of tracks that people are rocking with, innit?
So then you've done 2 mixtapes, so when does the album come?
When we're ready, innit?
Yeah, when we feel
But this is the thing, do musicians just call it a mixtape so that there's no pressure?
No, I feel like, some people do, I can't say no, I can't speak for everyone, innit?
There should be a cap on how many mixtapes you can bring out.
No, there shouldn't.
No, because how can you bring out 10 mixtapes and then there's no album? What's that about?
But we haven't done that, this is our second tape.
But when I say when you're bringing out the album, you was like, whenever. That could mean, that you was like, whenever. So I'm thinking by that response, you might be bringing out another 3 mixtapes.
I think with the mixtape thing, obviously it depends what kind of artist you are. But for us, I feel like you gotta have a couple mixtapes there, like, do you know what I mean? That stuff, that mixtape content for the fans to know what you're fully about. Then your album is gonna be, I feel like when you do your album, you should have like at least something serious to say, and the quality of music has to be of a certain standard, innit? And I'm not saying the mixtape music is not a certain standard. It's just that like the way things will probably play from start to finish will have a whole different kind of feel, like, and that's what a good album is. Do you know what I mean? For example, Dave's thing, that's an album. Right. Do you know what I mean? Like that. We're All Alone in This Together thing.
Yeah.
That's an album. You know what I mean? Like from start to finish, if you listen to it, it's an album, innit? If you listen to his EP, I think what was it, 6 Pass or something, and like thingy, that's an EP.
Right.
You can like, if you just listen to it, you can tell the difference here. Do you know what I mean?
But the only thing is that I feel like with like mixtapes, EP, I always thought they were a lot more like shorter.
Yeah. No, EPs are shorter, but a tape can be kind of anything.
well, okay.
Yeah. Cause back in the day, like that Piff Days tapes were like anything. It could be 30 tracks long. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, they're telling me that I have to wrap up. I actually
Oh, is it
thoroughly
already?
enjoyed. Oh, see, I'm so glad you said you. He said, "Oh, already," and you was just there.
Already, I thought it was just getting warmed up. I thought,
I know. I just.
I was just loosening up.
I was just about to take off my jacket. I
Do you know what,
didn't tell you
though,
about the foreplay.
See, I don't spend too long on foreplay. I like to jump straight in. Actually, no,
Straight in?
no, I'm actually. I'm
straight in.
I'm not putting that out there
You gotta
because
stretch a bit.
You got to
This is
lubricate
what-
a bit, like.
Well, this is what I'm saying, but I lubricated you for about 5-10 minutes at the beginning, and you wasn't warming up.
Oh, okay.
You did though, so that's yeah. And then it took you a bit longer, so next time I know I've got to caress you a little bit more.
Yeah. I thought you lubricated you for 10 minutes and you wasn't warming up. That sounds crazy. That sounds mad. That sounds mad, my guy.
Settings, it might have been the settings, there was no pedals or.
I
There was
know,
no music, there was no music, there was no music.
No, but I gave you lot water. It's nice and warm in here. Like, what more can you?
No
You know what I'm
music,
saying?
man. Shit.
Playing
But
in the
I told you I
background.
don't do music. I don't like music.
Okay,
I
see.
like silence, so you can hear my breath. You know?
Oh shit. No, that was crazy.
Yeah, you got to hear every breath, every gasp, every. You know what I mean? You got to hear everything because the music is.
Overpowers it sometimes, yeah. The focus, you know what I mean?
He gets it.
I get
See,
it,
he gets
man. I understand, I overstand.
On that note, do you want to tell the people where they can find you, where they can listen to the new mixtape, all that good stuff?
Truth be told, out now, the mixtape, Young T and Bugsey.
Everywhere, all platforms.
You know it, man, you know it,
Go
you
get
know
it,
it.
listen to that.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a nice chat. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your dad, your mom, everybody. We out.